All right, let's talk about a word you've probably heard a million times, maybe in a boring office memo: ergonomics. But forget all that. This isn't about rules. It's about science. It's about making your world, your work, your space fit you, not the other way around. And trust me, it can totally change how you feel every single day. So let's just start with a really simple, honest question. Does your work actually hurt? I mean, at the end of the day, whether you're at a desk, on a factory floor, or in a hospital, do you feel sore, stiff, just completely drained? Yeah, that little crick in your neck, that nagging ache in your back. We all know that feeling, right? And this picture? This says it all. On the left, you see a body just being forced into a really unnatural, stressful shape. But on the right, the whole environment is designed to support the body's natural posture. That difference right there, it's not just about being a little more comfortable. That is the entire point of ergonomics.
So, what even is ergonomics, really? Well, when you boil it all down, it's this incredibly powerful yet simple idea. We should be fitting the job to the person instead of always trying to force the person to fit the job. It's a total flip of the script.
Okay, I know that's a mouthful. Here's the official, fancy definition. But let's just ignore the jargon and focus on the two parts that really matter: optimize human well-being and overall system performance. You see what that means? It's a win-win. You feel better, you're healthier, and the work actually gets done better too. It's a no-brainer.
And this goes so much deeper than just getting a good chair. Ergonomics is really broken down into three big areas. You've got the physical stuff, which is what we all think of first, right? Posture, lifting, repetitive motions. But then there's the cognitive side. This is all about your mental energy, your focus, and work stress. And finally, there's organizational ergonomics, which looks at how things like teamwork and communication are designed. They're all connected.
So what's the big deal if we get this wrong? Well, ignoring ergonomics isn't just about being a little uncomfortable. It has some serious and often hidden costs for us as individuals and for the companies we work for. Just let this number sink in for a second. According to OSHA, 4 out of every 5 compensable workplace injuries are related to the lower back. 4 out of 5. A lot of that comes from just lifting stuff. This is not some tiny niche problem. It is a massive, costly issue. And hey, the cost isn't just physical. I love this quote from Professor Michael Privatera. Think about it. Our brain power is a finite resource, like a battery. And poorly designed systems, they don't just strain our backs, they completely drain our mental battery. And that leads straight to stress, mistakes, and burnout. Okay. Enough with the doom and gloom. Let's talk about solutions. We're going to jump into some super practical, actionable things you can do, like right now, to make your physical workspace a whole lot better. Think of this as your quick start guide, courtesy of the Mayo Clinic. So, adjust your chairs so your feet are flat on the floor. Easy. Make sure your monitor is about an arm's length away. Your keyboard and mouse, keep them close and on the same level. And please stop cradling your phone between your ear and shoulder. A headset will literally save your neck. These are all tiny little tweaks, but believe me, they add up to a huge difference. And this idea of work zones, it's genius. Just picture your desk with 2 invisible arcs. The usual work area, right in front of you, is for the stuff you touch all the time: keyboard, mouse. The occasional work area, a little farther out, is for things like your phone or stapler. Just organizing your desk this way means you're not constantly reaching and twisting your body all day long. It's so simple.
All right, let's talk about lifting. We have all seen this. Heck, we've probably all done this. Bending at the waist, using your back like it's some kind of construction crane. This one move, right here, is basically a one-way ticket to a serious long-term injury.
So what's the right way? First, just plan the lift. Get your feet set. Then, and this is the most important part, bend with your hips and your knees, never with your back. Keep that box or whatever it is close to your body, lift with your powerful leg muscles, and if you need to turn with your feet. Don't twist your torso. It might feel a little weird at first, but it's a habit that your back will thank you for years to come. And the same idea applies to pretty much everything, even hand tools.
Just look at the difference. That bent, strange wrist on the left versus the straight, neutral wrist on the right. The goal is always, always, always to make the tool or the desk or the chair fit your body's natural posture, not the other way around. Okay, so we've talked about fixing the physical stuff, but what about our most valuable resource? What about our brain? This is where we get into the really fascinating world of cognitive ergonomics. It's all based on this cool concept called cognitive load theory. The idea is really simple. Your working memory, that part of your brain that's juggling all the information for the task you're doing right now, is super limited. You can only hold so much in there at once. So good design gets rid of all the unnecessary mental junk, freeing you up to actually think and solve problems. So here's an easy way to think about it. You've got two kinds of mental load. Intrinsic load is the necessary effort. You know, a doctor figuring out a complex diagnosis, that takes brain power. But then you have extraneous load. That's all the unnecessary effort that comes from bad design. Like that same doctor having to fight a super confusing, clunky software system just to enter the patient's notes. The goal of cognitive ergonomics is to kill that extraneous load. Get rid of it. And the stakes here are unbelievably high. This isn't just about feeling a little stressed out. When our cognitive load is too high, it leads directly to serious medical errors, bad decision-making, and terrible communication. I mean, look at this. A 2021 survey found that 44% of physicians reported symptoms of burnout. Cognitive overload is a huge reason why. So where is all this going? What's next? Well, technology is actually starting to build all these ergonomic principles right into our environment, creating a future of work that's way more in sync with our bodies and our minds. First up, you've got smart furniture. I mean, imagine a chair or a desk that has sensors that know how you're sitting, track how much you're moving, and then automatically adjust themselves to keep you comfortable, or even nudge you to stand up for a bit. Your workspace wouldn't be this passive thing anymore. It'd be an active partner in keeping you healthy. And then there are wearable sensors. This is basically like having a tiny, personal ergonomics coach with you all day long. A small device could give you a gentle vibration when you start to slouch, or give you an alert when you've been sitting too long. It's real-time, personalized feedback to help you build better habits.
And if we look even further down the road, you've got things like AI and virtual reality. AI could crunch massive amounts of data to predict who's at risk for an injury before it even happens. And with VR, we could train people on how to do really complex physical tasks, like difficult lifting jobs, in a perfectly safe, perfectly designed virtual world, with zero real-world risk.
So all of this brings us to one final question. Technology is making our workspaces evolve and adapt to us. But the truth is, you don't have to wait for some smart chair to show up to make a change. By taking the principles we've talked about today, you can start that evolution for yourself right now. Thanks for watching.